This conference will now be recorded.
So what we have gone through so far is like, Power Builder is a language, or you can say a RAD tool. RAD means RAD, RAD, Rapid Application Development Tool, in which you can create Windows-based applications, right? Windows-based applications. Okay. So when we call like, application, program, project, in terms of IT language, all things are same. Okay. So somebody says like, oh, I have developed my project, I have created an application, I am working on a program. So all things are same. Perfect. So now what is this language like? So like what we discussed is that everything in Power Builder is an object. Not even in Power Builder, in our general terms also. Let's say you are making some food, right, at home. So you have rice, you have dal, you have different type of masalas, right, and so many things. Then there is a process that you mix up some quantity of each, and then you make your food, right? So so rice is one of the object, dal is another object, and some other things, right? Similarly, in any, we took one example of carpenter, right? That carpenter has so many tools, right? So, and in a building also there are so many things like, land you need, and then you need windows, walls, doors. Then according to your need you connect those objects, and making a building, right? Similarly in Power Builder also, everything is an object. What we need to do is we just need to understand the functionality of each object, that what this object does, right? What this object does, and then, and where we can use it. So if you know that, okay, this guy can speak in English, right, then uh, you can use like, for an speaking English speaking state, right? I mean, that same guy cannot work in China, right? So if a person knows Chinese, then he can go to China and can speak with them and can get things done from them, right? So similarly, like, each object has a different properties, attributes, and all. Okay. So what we need to know is we need to understand the functionality of each and every object, that what it does basically. Okay. Perfect. Now there are few things which are used in all language, I can say in every language, right? What all those four things? Syntax may be different. When we call syntax may be different, like, that, okay, in Hindi I will say, hey, main bhukha hu, right? Or in English I can say that I'm hungry. In another language we can say something else, right? But common thing is like, I am hungry, I need food, right? So in similar way, when we call it like, that, okay, in each language like Power Builder, .NET, Java, C Sharp, JavaScript, Node.js, so many things are there, right? But there are few common things in all language. What all those common things are? Basically, uh, conditions. Okay, conditions means like if then else, that if you will get this input, then your output should be like this. Okay. Loops, conditions, loops, functions, variables, these are the four crux other than the object. What all those four things? Conditions, loops, functions, and variables. Okay, we'll see all this together. I'm sharing my screen. This is my Power Builder. I kept it here, and I'll go to this Power Builder portable, that is the executable, or you can say applications. I'll click. Oh, what happened? Is it opened or not? It's opening. Hmm, Perfect. So this is the Power Builder environment. This is the Power Builder environment, right? Okay. So if you want to do Power Builder coding, you will go into the Power Builder. You will open that software first, right? Okay. So now let's say if I want to create a new application, right? Okay. So click on new. So we need at least, or you can say minimum, one workspace. So I'm going to create it. Okay. D, we create PB obj is PB project. Perfect. This is my folder. Under this folder, I will create my first workspace. Okay, because this is called Power Builder workspace. So I said my first, you can give any name, save. Then I need to create a target. So you can give my first app, and I pressed tab key. Okay. So what it does basically, it creates one PBL and one PBT file, Power Builder target, Power Builder library, and this is my application object. No need to worry, like, you just need to understand and no need to even remember, because these are the things which we are going to do on daily basis. Let me finish it. Perfect. Now I can see that this is my uh, Power Builder library, Power Builder target, and Power Builder workspace. Okay, let's see what is there in my folder. So we have three files. See, in our computer, we have either folder or files, right? A folder can have again one more folder, and there is no, limit. I mean, folder inside a folder, and then folder, and then folder, right? So in one folder you can have folder or files. File can be of any extension, you can say. This is called extension, right? File, this is .pbl, .pbt, .pbw. So PBL, Power Builder library, Power Builder target, Power Builder workspace. For now, just don't focus on these two things, just focus on this Power Builder library. Now, what is this Power Builder library means? So Power Builder library is a container for Power Builder objects. What does it mean? That the Power Builder objects which you are going to create will be stored in PBL, will be stored in PBL, will be stored in PBL, Power Builder library. So what is the definition of a Power Builder library? That Power Builder library is the container of all the Power Builder objects. So whatever the objects we are going to create in our application, those objects are going to be part of that Power Builder library. Perfect. Let us try to create Okay, so this is one thing. Second thing is, as I told you before, that each language has one starting point. Each language has one starting point, and what is that starting point is application object. So Power Builder starts running from this object. Power Builder starts running from this object. Okay, so let's write something on this object. So right click and then edit. Okay, okay. There is one more thing. When we call it like object. So what is object means? So there are two types of object. There are two types of objects. There are two types of object: visual and non-visual. Visual and non-visual. Now what is the difference between visual and non-visual? So visual is like you can drag and drop, you can click, okay, you can see, okay, okay. An object has properties, events, and function. Properties, each object has properties, events, and functions. Now what is this property, right? See, my color is black. This is my property. Okay, I have 2 ears, 2 eyes, right? Black hair or white hair. I am an object, man object, right? So these are the things, these are the properties, right? Events, like if you will like slap me, I will also do something, right? So so this is an event basically, kind of, right? So if we click or drag and drop or mouse move, something like that, right? Those are called events. Events, right? Okay, so properties, events. So like this is my application object, and this application object has these many events: close, connection begin, connection end, idle, open, system error. No need to keep remember all objects. Okay, and this object has these properties: display name, micro helpful, right, toolbar and all. So these are the properties. Now let me write something. Open is like uh, the event which executes like when you run this application. Okay, let's run it. So this application we can run it from here. Hmm? This is to run the applications. No worries, we'll touch all these menus. Okay, so let me run this application. Okay, so what happens, like Power Builder started running from the application object. What is my application object is? My application object is my first app. Okay, and when it starts from here, open. So it's so that, okay, what do I need to do? I have written one line. It has executed this line. What is that line says? Message box. Message box is a function which is provided by Power Builder to display some messages. Okay, so it has two arguments. It has two arguments. One is title and the other one is message. So whatever you write here, right, that will go, that will be displayed here in form of title, and this is the message. This is the message, whatever you will write. So this, these two things are just string. Perfect. Let us, so for now, just need to understand, what we need to understand about the application object is that application object is starting point of Power Builder. That Power Builder applications start its execution from application object. Application object. Perfect. Good. Now, and what is the definition of an object? So an object has properties, events, and its own functions. And its own functions. Okay, these are the functions. Post event, okay, trigger event, type of, okay, these are the functions. Anyway, we'll discuss as and when required. Okay, this is the event list, and this is my open function, sorry, open event. Okay, so now let's do one thing. Let's take one more object, and which is like mostly, not mostly, like that is the main object. Okay, and what is that object? Is my window object. My window. See, this is also a window, this is also a window, this is also a window. So in Windows operating system, all are kind of windows. If let's say this is one window, this is one more, these are the icons. You cannot say window. So if I click on this one, this is also a window, kind of, right? Okay, perfect. Now let me take one window. How do I do it? PB object, select this window, and then okay. Very good. So I have this window. So as I said, like, each object has properties. You can say, right, right hand side, these are the properties, and events. You can say this is the event list. So many events it has. Okay, activate, click, close, close query, deactivate, double click. So many events are there. Okay, so let's say, clicked. So when this click event will be executed, if you will click on this one on window, then click event will be executed. When this open event will be executed, when you will open this window, I'll tell you how. And so whatever the activity will can be done on this window, for each we have an event, so that you can write your own code, that when that event occurs, that whatever the code you have written, that code can be executed. Okay, perfect. Let's talk about few properties. So we have, these properties. Title, untitled. Right now it is untitled. Let me say my first application. Okay, very good. Now tag, menu, visible, enabled, control menu, max, minimum, clientage, right to left, center. At least you need to understand. No need to keep to remember. Okay, you just need to understand, the meaning of each. Alright, title is gone. Okay, okay, right, sorry. So you have, you know and then you have window type, and then you have back color, MDI client color, icon. So many things are there, though all things are not used, but most of the things, are used when you do your programming. Okay, no worries, no need to keep remember, because once you will do practice, these things will all be automatically fit into your mind. Okay, scroll, toolbar, other, backup, and so many things. So let me give again the title. Very good. Oops, what it says? A menu required. Oh, actually, a window has one more property called window type. that which type of window you want to choose. So there are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 types of windows are there. So this is also an interview question, that how many types of windows are available in Power Builder. So there are 8 types of windows. Okay, let's take this main one and save it. So W underscore W means window. My first, you can write anything, okay, but we always give a meaningful name, right? W underscore my underscore window, my first window, let me say like that. Okay, save it. So you can see that this window is saved and it's part of this workspace, this target, and this Power Builder library. One workspace can have more than one target. One target means one application. Let's say if you are in a factory, right? There are multiple applications which are developed in Power Builder, right? So all applications can be, like, you can create a different target, or you can keep all applications in one target. So that's not a problem, but it is always good that you should create one different target for each applications. Let's not get into detail, let's focus on our main part. So this is my window, I change the title, that's it, nothing else, right? And this is of main type, if I will run it, will it come into the picture? No. Why? So right now I have two objects. One is application object and the other one is window object. But I didn't tell to the Power Builder that if you are running Power Builder application, right, then you should open a window also, right? Okay, so let me take in this way, W my first window. I'll go to my application object, right? Okay, this is called to comment any line. Why do we comment or uncomment? Comment means, like, that okay, you don't want to use it. It is just for the instruction purpose. That why we have written this particular code. In old applications, you will see a lot of comments. Okay, why? Because they want to tell, okay, the purpose of that is script which we are going to write, so that in future if someone opens this application, they can easily understand the purpose of that particular script. And that is why we use comments and uncomments the code. Anyway, so let me write here, open W underscore my underscore first first underscore windo. Okay, save it. Oh, can it come here? Oh, very good. So rather than I typed to save my time, what I could have done is I have just taken this. Oops. Now let's run it, right? So this is my window. This is my window. Okay. One second. Okay, I need just one glass of water. Give me a minute. Very good. So I'm able to open this window. Perfect. Now you
Sir, can
can
you
see,
just
like,
show like
sorry.
yeah. Sir, can you show where exactly do you click to run the application? Because I'm doing the side by side. Like where exactly did you click to run the application?
This
To
one,
run what you
run. So, okay, Kanak, do one thing, like, just focus on what I am saying, because I'm recording this and
okay.
I'll share the recording. Okay.
Okay.
So just listen what I'm saying and you can do
Hmm.
practice later. Hmm? I'll share video. So, okay.
Okay.
So, yeah. So what I did basically here is that I used one open function. I used one open function and I have given my Windows name. So far you have, uh, you know, uh, what you have learned so far is uh, two functions. One is open function. Open function is used to open a window, and a message box function, right? That message box function is used to display a message. Control X. Let me go to this window. Okay. So this is the first events which gets executed when you open a window. Okay. Let me write here. Okay. Okay. Now let's run it. Okay, because open event is the first event, right? Now let's do one thing. Okay, so far you have seen, like, not completely, but you have touched the window object and the application object. On this window object, let me keep one more object, and that is command button. Create command button. Where is that command button? Okay. Hmm. These are called controls also. Controls. Okay, let me. So you can see now, right? If you click on window, you will see Windows related properties. If you will click here, this is a control. You selected a control. You can see control in at one time. You can see, one object property. At one time, only one object can be selected. Okay, and you can see the property of that object. Okay, now let me change the name of this. You can keep and whatever the name. Okay, each object has its own script. Clicked event. I pasted this. When you run it, nothing happened, right? Why? Because that message which you have written is on its clicked event. Is on its clicked event. So you can see, right, that okay, what we are doing is we created one application object, then we created a window object, and then in window object we changed the title, and then we took one control. that command button control, that is also called an object. I kept that object over there, and then I changed the text of that command button, and then when I clicked on it, then I called one function called message box. So that is how I am able to display the message box in my window, right? Okay, these are called control menus. This minimize, maximize, and close. So if you look at this window, I selected this window so I can see Windows related properties. If I'll select command button, I'll see command related properties. So let me select back again to my window, right? In this window, okay. So I told you, like, it has so many properties. You can see control menus. If you unselect this control menu, what will happen? Let's see. Can you see something here? Those control menus are not displayed here. Why? Because you marked that. And now how would we close it? Oh,
Sir, sir, please tell me again.
yes, okay. So as we discussed, right, every object has its own properties. What is your properties today? You are wearing a shirt and pant, let's say. Your hair color is black, something like that, right? These are the properties. Now, oh man, this but is critical. How do I close it now? Hmm. Okay. Let me go to the task manager and close from there.
Alt F4 work.
Alt F4, huh?
Yeah, that might work.
Very good. Alt F4. Hmm? Okay, is used to close an active window. Okay, good. So what I did basically, I uncheck this control menu. Uncheck means I don't want the control menus. Those were control menus. Okay. Now let's say in control menus you have max or minimum button, right? If let's say I deselected this and both. Let's see what it says. You can see only one menu item, right? So you can just close it. You cannot minimize or maximize that window. So these are like bit few properties which you will try. Okay. Now what it says is like that Windows type we will discuss, but later. One second. Windows state is normal, means when you are opening that window, how it should be open, like normal, whatever the size we have right now, minimized or maximized. So let's say if I say maximized and I run it, so it will cover your desktop. Okay. Now, sorry. Okay, I want to change the color. So the color is also changed, right? Perfect. Let me Okay, so maximized property, you saw that. Sorry. Okay, there are so many things, no need to go through each and every point. The main things here are like, that, okay, uh, Windows type and color. Okay, Windows type and color. Okay, now what is Windows type, right? So we discussed what is Windows type means. It has 8 types of Windows. Oh man, मैंने 6th level तक पढ़ा था. Okay, 8 type of Windows. So the window which you have right now is the, sorry, the window which we have here is of main type, okay, but there are few more windows, right? What is those few more windows is, uh, you can see here, right? Main, mdi lock, mdi, sorry, doc, mdi doc help, mdi help. So these are like, so many windows, child, pop-up and response. Okay, so let's check what is this response. What is this response? Okay, 1 second. Okay, so the first, so I said, like, this is the main window. We have another type is called response type. So response type means that if your response window is open, थोड़ा ध्यान से सुनना इस चीज को. If your if your window is of a response type window, you cannot do in that application until and unless you close that window. Okay, so response window is a window which needs a response from the user side. Okay, so let's take an example. What I will do is uh, I'll take this main window. Okay, and then let me do one thing. Let me take one more without response. Okay, though I kept its name is, oh, not this title. Where is the name? Acha, name will come later. Okay, save it. Okay, so what you have done is you have just created a window, a window. So I kept its name as title as response, but this is just for display purpose. There is no use of, so still this window is type of main. It's not a response type window. So let's do one thing. What is the name of this? W underscore response. Oops, sorry. Okay. Let me open this one. Okay, so we have created this W underscore response. Let me try to open it from a click event of this window. Right? So you can see first this window opened and then this message box. Now let me do one thing. Okay. Now what I will do is I will make this W response as a response window. Okay. Now, where is my mouse gone? Here. So you can see what is the difference. The difference is, that operation was so quick that it opened already a window, right? In previous time when we ran, right? And now it is waiting to execute the another line. Until and unless you will close this window, you, nothing is going to happen. It will not execute the next statement. You know that, right? See, now you can see, and both things are written on one event. So what it says is, no matter what, your application, you got it what I'm saying, right? That response window needs a response from the user side. If you guys are thinking like, it is too fast or too slow, let me know. I'll change my speed accordingly. Okay, perfect. So what we have seen so far is that a Power Builder is a rapid application development tool. Okay. Uh, if you want to create a small application, you need at least one Power Workspace, one library, and one what do you call? One second, let me check. Sorry. Yes,
Target.
please come. Target, correct. And under one application object, there are like many things. one is your menu object, right? So how we created the menu object? Sorry, yaar, I'm feeling sleepy. I think I'm speaking. I don't know. Okay. Uh, See, what we have learned so far is, let me repeat. We learned Power Builder app. Power Builder is a rapid application development tool. We can create Windows based application. Power Builder has two types of objects. One is visual, the other one is non-visual. So far we are working on visual objects. The first object was application object, which is the starting point of Power Builder. An object has its own properties, events and functions. Power Builder application object is the first execution object, right? Okay. Then we created a window, and on that window we kept one command button also, that is called tool, Power Builder tool. Sorry, Power Builder control, right? And then we saw that, okay, each object has its own property. Like Windows has, there are 8 types of windows, right? You can change the color of the windows, right? And then to open a window, open function is used to open a window. Okay, so this is how it is, and you can change the color. Okay, now we got to know about the response window. What is a response window? A like, naam se hi pata chal raha hai. Response means it needs a response from user side. You, I mean, let's say if you are calling this window in between of your code, unless you will close this window, nothing is going to happen, right? Okay, perfect. Guys, give me 15 minutes. Let's take a 15 minutes break and we will join again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
This
Okay,
conference will now be recorded.
perfect. So what we have discussed so far is that we have created one workspace, one target, one Power Builder library, and one application object, and then one window object. Every object has properties, events, and functions. Okay, we have seen two functions so far. One is open function. Open function is used to open a window. Message box is used to open a message box, right? Okay. Windows are of 8 types. One is like, main type, and then we have response type. So what is a response type window? A response type window is a window which needs a response from the user side, as its name says, right? As its name says that it needs a response from user side. If you will not give a response, then nothing will happen. Okay, so you saw like, this thing. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you saw that, right? Like this is my window, right? On this window we have a control called command button control, right? And then on that click event, you can see this is the click event. So if you will click on that button, these two things will be executed. What we are doing here is we are opening a window and a message box. If this window is open, then this will not be executed. Why? Because this is a response window, this one, right? So this one was the response window. This is the response window. If I change it to main window and if I execute it, right? First this window was opened and then this message box. It didn't wait for this to open, right? It opened and then after that the next message box is executed. But if it was a response window, then you cannot do anything, right? You cannot do anything. And you can see that response window doesn't have minimize or maximize button also, right? This is the title. If you will close this, then that message box step will be executed and you can see this message box, right? Perfect. So similarly you can, okay, what is an MDI? So you need to understand all the functions of these windows. What is an MDI? MDI needs actually one menu also. Let's create a menu. Okay, so this is an MDI window now. This is an MDI window now. Let's run it. Okay, you can see, right? You can see this is my MD. So actually the full form of MDI is multiple document interface. Multiple document interface. So let's say you can see here, right? This power builder environment, it has so many windows, right? This is also a window, this properties is also a window, and these two windows are open under a big window, right? You can close it. See, I close this, now I close this, now I close this, now, right? Right. So basically this environment is also MDI environment, right? If you will close from here, all other windows will be opened will be closed, right? So an interface for multiple documents means an interface for your application. So each application has one MDI window. Under that you open other windows. Okay, under that you open other windows, so that if you are opening more than one windows, then you can close all windows together. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. Now let me open that again. Oh, where is my Okay, you can open it from here as well, directly from PBW. Oh, why? Okay, okay. So we checked that response window as well, and we created a menu also. Okay, so these all things are like, so far how many objects you have seen? Application object, window object, menu objects, and a control also on that window. Very good, very good. Okay, now let's learn little bit programming also. Okay, so let's say my requirement is that uh, I want to print I want to print something basically, or let's say I want to have, uh, I want to do a kind of sum of two numbers, right? So this is the window I'm opening it, W, my first window. Okay, let me keep here. These are all controls. Okay, okay, where is my this thing? My text box. I'm looking for the text box. Oh man, not able to find my text box. Create multi-line edit, create edit, single line edit control. ठीक है. अच्छा, this is called text box or single line edit control. Okay, you can type something in this control. Okay, so okay, right, you can see this is actually an input box. You can type anything, hmm, like this, right? Okay, perfect. So Let me take one more. Let me take one single static control. Okay, let us keep one more static control. Okay, let me take one more. Perfect. Let me remove this none from here. You can see text. This is the text property, right? Let me comment these two lines. Okay, what do I want to do is, like, I want to, let me change so result, right? So our target is that what we want to do is we want to give two numbers and we want to, sum of these two numbers and want to keep here, right? So what is the name of this control is SLE underscore 1. You can say SLE first number. You can change whatever you want, right? SLE second number, right? This one is SLE result. So what we will do is SLE first number dot text, SLE underscore SECO and the second number dot text. क्या किया हमने इन दोनों को like this and this, and SLE result dot text equal to this. So what we are doing here is, hey, SLE result dot text should be equal to this plus this. Let's see what it says. Ignore compilation warning. No. So what it does, when we try to run this Power Builder script, it compiles that first, and once it compiled, then it runs it. So when it is trying to compile, it says undefined variable SLE underscore second underscore number. So looks like we gave some different number. How can I check that? There are ways actually. This is my window controls, right? You can check here. By mistake, actually we took two underscore. So what I can do is, instead of this, I can just drag and drop, right? Now it will not give any error. Let's run it. Okay. You can see one more thing. Did you notice that? What is that? If I'm running it, so by default this focus is on this one. We can change that also. How? There is one more property called tab order. Tab order. You can go here, you can check. It is somewhere. Okay, you keep like this 1, 2, and then 3, and then this is 4, let's say 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, so you can see that this, it has the focus now. Okay, you can type 1, 1. Oops. Oh, I'm not able to type anything. Why? 1. Oh, why is that so? Acha. First of all, let me correct its name. Now what you did, you changed the name of this data, sorry, control, and when you are trying to save it, it is saying, hey, you changed the name, but you are already using somewhere else. It should be changed over there, right? So let me go where it is, this one. Okay, but that problem is still not solved, that I was not able to type anything in this one. Oh, why is that so? Though it has a tab order also, something is wrong.
Sir,
Ah, huh?
the second one is selected display only.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes. They selected by mistake display only. Now, so see, these properties plays an important role, right? Perfect. Now let me run it. One, one. Oops. What is this? Ek aur ek 11, right? But this is not right. Actually, what happens? Uh, so there is a concept called data type. Data type in all language. What it means is type of data. Now, what 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 is the meaning of data type, right? So types of data. A data can be of you know uh, three types: string, or you can say two types, not three types basically: string, numeric,
Integer.
and date. String, numeric, and date. And again, these things has like have a different again hierarchy also. In numeric, like you have integer, float, or you can say double, right? Integer, float, double, long. Means float in the sense you can store decimal types of values as well. Integer means like complete number, and long is a very long integer kind of, you can say. Okay, so data types, see, like containers, you cannot keep rice and dal mix in one container, right? What you will do is, that is a food type, right? You will keep rice in a different container, dal in a different container, right? And some other things like sugar in different container. Whenever it is needed, like you cook something, you can mix those things, but initially you will keep separate, right? Similarly, data types, like what we have done is, we have categorized that, okay, what kind of data, right? So uh, this thing, like this property text, it returns an string. It returns and string. So let me convert into integer. So integer is a function which will convert this string into integer. now it says hey, अब आपके दो अंदर जो boxes हैं, that is also rice, this is also rice. You are mixing these two rice, but you are keeping in a dal wala box, right? Which is not right, right? So do like this. पहले इन दोनों को ऐड करो and then make that thing again a string. Save it. So this is how programming works, right? Okay. Okay. Now let's create one more program, okay, which will tell that okay, if your age is between if you are below than 20 years, right, you are young, right? Or if you are just like below than 10, then you are a kid, and from 10 to 30 you are young, and from 30 uh, or like so let me do something like this. Very good. Let's take this thing. So this is what this is single line edit control, which is used for input. And what it is, this is a static control. Static controls are used for labeling something. Okay, control C, control V, let's say. Okay, so this is my ST3, and this is like uh, result, let's say. And I have removed, no need to remove even, or you can remove it, whatever you want. The text value is this one. Now I want to show here, one second guys. Okay, so so enter your age, and then we'll so like change this. Okay, so I'll give, let's take this input in a variable. Okay, so this is my SLE underscore one,
Sir,
or
your
let,
screen is not showing.
oh, sorry. Okay, so so what I'm going to do is we will put some number here, and then okay, so this is my SLE underscore age. SLE underscore age. Okay, SLE underscore age, SLE age dot text. Hmm, okay, and then let me convert into integer, and let me store in a variable. Okay, if li age is less than, let's say, 10 year or 12 year, sorry, 12, then, and if display a message, not message basically, what is this, SLE result dot text. Okay, so see, it says syntax error, right? It says syntax error. So sometimes if you don't, okay, so I think this then is missing. Okay, right, control S. And if you don't remember the syntax, you can go here and you can see paste statement. Okay, you can see all this here, if then else, loops. Okay, choose case and all. Okay, perfect. So let's try to run it. And if I type 10, so result, oh, it is showing here. I think I took the wrong control. It was ST result. It was ST result. You are young, right? And if let's say it is 50, you are still young. Why is that so? Let's say 10. Oh, sorry. It is showing here actually. Why? Because perfect, perfect. Why it is happening? Any guess?
Because it is greater than 40.
No, but we have mentioned here like, you are young only if your age is less than 40. But I was
Yes.
giving more than 40. So it was not getting changed. The reason is because like, we
Third
set,
condition.
yeah, first we set like, we gave which was less
Third
than 40.
condition.
Yeah. And
Third
so it, yes, please.
condition we have to. Third
Huh.
condition.
We need to have one more condition to which can handle like, that age, right?
Yes.
So, okay, so let's say 100. It is not displaying anything because it is not coming in any condition, right? 10, 20, 40, 100, though old, but we have not like, mention anything like, I mean, which is equal to 100 or more than 100. So what we can do here is that else, let's say else invalid number, right? Invalid number, right? So okay, so why I have taken this example is just to give you that an idea of how we use the conditions in power builder, how we use conditions in power builder. and how we declare variables in Power Builder. So this is a data type. Okay, then I created this variable. Now what is a variable? So a variable is a temporary storage in any language. Like, if we talk about variables, so variable is temporary storage. What is temporary storage means? Like, till your application is running, then only it is being used, right? Otherwise there is no use of this variable, right? So it was temporary storage. It was used to store the value of this control, right? And then we are using further in our program that if li age is less than 12, then this, the otherwise this and that, right? So this is a variable. This variable is a local variable. So that is why I kept it name is like li. I means integer, l means local, underscore, and like few characters which tells that okay, the purpose of this variable, that what it is going to store, function point of view, right? Very good. So this local variable is used, right? Okay, so now you know how to use this if then else conditions, right? If then else condition, instead of this if then else conditions, if there are uh, many conditions, right, we can use choose case also. Choose case we will use further, no problem. Okay, so far what you have seen is, you have seen variables. I told you guys, right, that in each language you have variables, because variables are used for temporary storage, and then you use those variables further in your program. Okay, conditions, right? Conditions. Inputs, you are taking the input from the user and then you are using it. And output, you are giving your output in this variable, sorry, in this control, right? Okay, perfect. There is one more thing called loop, right? Loop. So let's say if we want to display a Fibonacci series, or let's say we want to develop a program, which can write like uh, a table of two, right? So how do we do that? So let's say okay, let's write that. Let me set it here. Okay, perfect. A table of two, right? So what do I do? I'll take an input, right? So again, let me take one more control. I can take it from here, or I can copy paste this one, but let me take from here. Let me take like this. Okay, so let me take this one. Good. And now what we will do is we'll display here only. Okay, this is for our output. Hmm? Output. Okay, very good. Let me write. Okay, so and I will click on this one only, or let me take one more button. Okay, this is SLE underscore number. Hmm? Okay, now I want to multiply 10 times and want to show over there, right? Okay, so what I will do is, let me see. So generally we should not, we should make practice in this way. Okay, I have li underscore, let's say num. So I want to take it up to, okay. So there is one way. What is that way is, not, let's say if I don't have this one, sorry, what is the this one name is st result. So st underscore result result dot text equal to whatever the number I have, control C, control V, into 1, right? And then I will convert into a string. Oops. And then I want to add these two string. Okay, 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. Let's check the result of this first, what it says. Oops, syntax error, because this is comma. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, right? But this looks like just one number. Let's keep some space. Oops. Incompatible types in expression long string. What is this? Matlab,
Li number 3.
li number 3. Ah, very good. Right? So you are able to create up to 5. But if I want to create up to, or if I want to, let me add this thing. right? It will look nice. But if you want to create like, let's say 100 times, then you will write 100 times, right? This is not good, right? So what Power Builder has done is that for the what is happening here is you are just changing one value. Other things are repetitive. So li, let's say max, okay, max count or number, whatever. Let's say I want to do it 10 times. So what Power Builder has done is Power Builder has given us the functions, sorry, loops, do while. Hmm? What is that condition is, let's say I'm taking li underscore incr, or this li ncr equal to, let's say 1. So what I will do is, if till then it reaches to 10, run the statement here. So run this loop or reaches less than 10. What right now it is 1, right? So oops, it went into infinite loop. Why? Because because we are not, increasing this. Oh, why up to only 8?
साइज बड़ा कर लीजिए साइज.
It is up maybe 10, but ये थोड़ा छोटा रह गया. Good. ठीक है. So this is how you are running your loops. So actually these are like basic things. So when we will or you can say these are the main things, because when we will be doing actual programming, when we will be creating an actual program, then you will see many things. I mean, you are going to use these things like regularly: variables, conditions, loops, and the value assignation, right? So did you get it how we are doing here, right? So initially, like it ran for infinite loop, because we were not increasing this number. So it was what it says: hey, do while this number is less than this one, and we were not changing this number, so it was running and running and running, right? Now, because now inside the loop you are run, once this calculation is done, then increase with 1. That is what you are doing, right? Okay, so now not all variables, because variables are 4 types, and these are local variables. These are local variables. Okay, these are local variables. What it means is, local variable, what is the meaning of local variables? Local variables can be used only in this window, only in this script, not even window. What is this script? Command button cb underscore 2. What is cb underscore 2? This is cb underscore 2, right? Command button clicked script, command button clicked event script, right? So this event is, sorry, this variable, these are 3 variables. This variable is not used anywhere, right? So we can delete it. You can delete it, right? Okay, can delete it. Okay, so now so local variables are declared at script level, and the scope and life of those variables are where they are declared. What is scope and life? Life means till when this variable is live. I mean, uh, because see, it gets initiated when you click on this button. Okay, let me do one thing, you will understand in this way. Let me declare. So each variable is known based on its life and scope. Life means till when this is live, and scope means where it can be used. So the life and scope of the local variables are where they are declared. So these can be accessed only in this script, right? These can be used only in this script. Okay, let's say if I declare one instance variable, instance variables are declared at object label. Okay, so let me do this. incr. Okay, control C. So I can use that variable here. I don't like message box actually. Let me use this one. Oops. Comment. I want to comment. Right? तो आप देख सकते हो, right, that जो last number है, that is being added. That is being added in the previous number, right? Why? Because this is an instance variable, and instance variable can be used anywhere in this window, anywhere in this window. So the scope and life of that instance variable is, scope is like, it can be used anywhere in this window. स्कोप क्या भाई, आपका स्कोप क्या है भाई? मान लो आप, you work in a company, right? So you can, uh, but there are few restricted department, right? So your scope is not to that department, but you can visit in that building, right? In an, but except like, few places. But you cannot go to the other company, right? Because that is in your, not, that is not in your scope. Scope means mera area basically, right? So this variable, this instance variable can be used anywhere in this window. What is life? Life means like, you can see that this window, if this window is closed, then that variable is died. Okay, now that will be initiated again. Now if you click here, right, then it is instantiated. And so life is what? Till that object is live. Once this object is killed, or this object is died, or this object is no more available, then this, you cannot use this instance variable. And local variable was only like where it was declared. You can use in the script where it was declared, and the scope is also within that script only where it is declared. Perfect. So there is one more variable, and that is global variable. Global variable. Okay, so global variable is can be used anywhere in the application. The scope and life of that, of the global variable is that it can be used anywhere in the application, and it is live till that application is live, till that application is not terminated. Once that application is terminated, then you cannot use it. Okay, आज की क्लास में इतना ही. What you will do is you will do this practice at your home. Okay, you will also create, like all these programs whatever I have created, right, and do the practice. This is what the, like, homework is. And you, other than this, you will create one more thing, like, kind of Fibonacci series. You know what is Fibonacci series? 0 1, and then you will add these two numbers, right? The next number will be 1, and the next number 1 1 2, 2 1 3, 3 2 5, right? 5 3 8. So up to 10 digit, like, you will create a Fibonacci series. That is the only extra thing which you need to do at your home. But do this practice. What I want is that you should understand looping concept, conditions, variables, and few controls. You know window, right? We learned window today. Window and what is response windows. Other windows will tell you later, right? So just do the practice. I will upload this recording in YouTube and I'll share with you so that you all can see together, like whenever you want, right? And then yes. Any question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Kanak, please.
No, sir, I don't have any question. I mean, I understood. That's all.
Okay, okay, good, perfect. So, and once, like, you know, we are tomorrow we will learn few more things, and then we will start connecting our application with the database, and then we will take a project. We will, you know, finish it end to end. We will understand few database concepts as well, that how to create a table, what is the need of a table, right? What is a column, or what is it, like, you know, again data type in terms of database. And then yes, so once you know, like, you know, these two things, yes, we will create a good application so that you all can do, like, you know, work on a different window, and then we will move further from there. Once you are able to develop a like, you know, one application, then you can start showing as, like, you know, that you have 1 year of experience, no problem. So this is what the agenda is. Okay, all right,
Got it.
guys. And in case you don't understand, you can just, like, you know, drop a message. Someone will teach you, like, you know, again, your colleagues. And yes, and don't forget to mark your attendance, sort of, like, you know, where we have not created any. Okay, no worries, let it be. Okay, I think we are fine. Okay, so I'll tell you, like, you know, tomorrow timings, maybe same time or in the morning, I'll let you know. Okay,
All right, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
chalo, thank you. Stop sharing, stop recording.